Coming right up, Straight Talk with Art Levine. Our guest tonight, the president of California State University, Long Beach, Dr. F. King Alexander.
Opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect the views of Charter Communications nor its sponsors. We recognize our obligation to present opposing points of view by responsible spokespersons. For information, please contact the director of program.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner, call no glory. Let us join our fellow man. History will write the story. America will always stand.
Straight Talk is brought to you in part by Southern California Edison. For over 100 years, life powered by Edison. The Press Telegram, your local news leader for over 100 years. And Long Beach Magazine. Coastal Living, City Style.
Join us for tonight's edition of Straight Talk. And now your host, Art Levine.
Good evening and welcome to Straight Talk. We're delighted you're joining us. Tonight, our guest for the entire show is the president of California State University, Long Beach, Dr. F. King Alexander. Mr. Prez, welcome back to Straight Talk.
It's great to be back, Art.
Our show is coming to you from Advanced Media Production Studio on the campus, and we appreciate the use of this wonderful facility.
It's great to have you here as well.
This show is being webcast worldwide during the commencement week ceremonies of California State University, Long Beach, May 26th through Friday, May 28th. Parents throughout the world will be able to see their kids get that diploma and shake your hand.
That's it. Parents, family members, military folks, people who didn't get a chance to come and actually participate in person, they'll get a chance to see it worldwide.
This is your fifth commencement ceremony, Mr. President. How does it feel?
Well, it feels like it's flown by quite quickly. But it's always, this time of year is an exciting time of year for us because we know that thousands and thousands of people will be coming to our ceremonies. We have 9 different ceremonies. And we've never had the type of graduating classes that we're graduating today. We'll graduate nearly 9,200 students, which is an all-time record for our university.
Wow. Well, let's start with the state budget crisis, which obviously is having a severe impact on higher education. Give our viewers a sense of where we stand budget-wise.
Well, right now we're clinging to the governor's proposed budget, the January budget, and the May revise, which we believe will be very supportive and has been supportive of at least restoring some of the cuts to higher education. Last year, when we were sitting here last year at graduation time, we weren't sure what our budget was going to be, and then about 4 months later, we lost 24% of our operating budget from the state of California.
And that's impacted access.
That's impacted access.
Number of classes.
Yeah, that's right. We normally take about 9,000 students every fall. We're taking about 5,400 this fall because those are the number of students who aren't funded by the state of California.
Wow, that is a dramatic drop in enrollment.
Well, especially when you consider that demand has never been greater. We received 70,500 applications for those roughly 5,500 spots.
It's harder to get into Long Beach State than UCLA statistically. We're not saying that we're above UCLA academically, but statistically, everyone wants to come to the beach, and in part because of your leadership and dedicated faculty and staff. This is a hot school.
Well, it's a hot school, and unlike some of those other schools that we continually we go up against when we're recruiting students, UCLA is one of them, certainly. that our faculty teach our freshmen. Our faculty are in the classroom with our freshmen. We believe in high quality teaching that also is research driven teaching, but we do not push most of our faculty into solely graduate programs. When I was at the University of Illinois, that's all I saw was graduate students, actually. And I never really saw the undergraduates unless I went to a sporting event. So our faculty are teaching undergraduates, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, and I think the word gets around pretty quickly that they're doing an excellent job.
And that availability and accessibility of faculty, every faculty has several hours a week of office hours, and the students utilize that so they can sit down with that faculty member if they have a question or a concern. I'm thinking back to my college. I went to a very good college, university. I never, in 4 years, went to I didn't even know where the offices were for the faculty. I mean, they were great teachers, great courses, but you went there, took your notes, took the exam, and that was it.
Well, that's why these graduation ceremonies are so wonderful. You see the connection between the students and our faculty who are participating in them together. Our faculty participate. Each one of the students brings about 12 family members to these graduations, and you can just see the connection. And even though we may have 36,000 students on campus, it doesn't feel like that because you know so many people. The students get to know the faculty and the faculty get to know their students. And
those pictures with pride of the parents and the faculty member in robes after graduation, the kids want to introduce their parents to
the people who played an instrumental part in their lives. And it's not simply just our faculty, it's our wonderful staff. We've got countless staff that spend days and days tracking our students down to help them get through barriers, to help them get through problems. The result effect of that is that our university now ranks among the top 10th percentile in the United States in graduation of every ethnic category group, racial category group. We're in the top 10th percentile in the country among our peers.
And I know that many of our students are first generation college graduates, so it's a really big thing for the family. It's a life changer.
It's a very big thing for the family, and we know it's very big for the students as well, and that's why they bring so many people who will come to the campus and come to the ceremonies. And that's another reason why we let each and every one of them walk across the stage. It takes us 3 days to get through it, but it's worth it for each and every one of those students to get their moment in the sun.
Well, I've never missed a graduation in 35 years, and to me it's symbolic of everything that we're here to do.
Exactly, exactly.
Let's look to the future budget-wise. It's been a tough year this year. We're getting some stimulus funds that may help next year, but run us through next year and the next few years. What do you see?
Well, Sacramento is still very dysfunctional when it comes to operating. So we really get a lot of mixed messages. If it wasn't for these maintenance of effort provisions in the stimulus funds that we've gotten written into the language, the federal language that stops the state from cutting us even further, we'd be looking at a much more dire straits in the coming year. But having said that, we do support what the governor is fighting for, at least to restore some of the funding that hit us last September. And it gives us about 38% back of what was cut out.
Okay. Well, we'll be continuing.